Yo, what's going on, guys? Koi here. Today, we are going to be talking about a farming guide for Galaxy Defenders. Now, with this farming guide, I'm only going to talk about the very specifics, and those very specifics being how do you obtain everything in the game. Nothing like having to do with traits or anything like that, or anything in specific. So let's get into it. First things first, I'm just going to show you guys the units that I do have really quickly. As you can see, I have a level 50 Darth Maul, fully awakened, you would say. I think that's evolved pretty much. I have a Darth Maul Rage. I have my farm unit. I have Heavy Trooper. I have almost every legendary in the game. The only one I'm missing, I think I'm only missing one. Let me just double check if I'm even missing one. Yeah, I'm only missing the Sith guy. So with the Sith warrior missing, everyone else I do have. So as you can see, I also have both the epics and both the rares. Both two of the rares in shiny, which is like something I'm pretty proud of, I guess. All right. So pretty much first things first, I'm going to categorize everything in the game down below, so you guys can take a look at whatever y'all want to farm, and then we'll move on from there. First, you know, how you do like key tags and stuff like that. Yeah, there's going to be tags down below so you guys could just, you know, move from whatever you feel like farming. Unless you want like a full guide on everything, then this is your guide. All right. So first things first, let's talk about, you know, gems. So gems can be farmed through many stages, one of them being the quest system. You have daily quests that you can complete, you have weekly quests you can complete, and you have infinite quests you can complete, story quests, and event quests. Now, there's not many event quests, and most of them have to do with defeating the different bosses. And I give this tip to every new player: don't beat the game on normal mode. Beat it on hard mode, because that's where you only get all the like all the achievements and everything like that. If you beat the entire game on hard mode, just each stage, even if you struggle with one of them, you know, freaking, you're gonna be able to do like a lot of them. Like I clear this quite a bit, but that's for a different segment. All right. So, whenever it comes down to gems, though, you have your achievement gems, which you do by completing each act on hard mode. And then you get the claim achievement gems. You also get willpower here, but we'll talk about that in a sec. Over here, we have quests. As you can see, we have our daily quests, which we are going to complete, which are pretty easy. Your weekly quests, your infinite quests, and your story quests. Now, the story quest is literally just going to ask you to beat the story, kill the bosses with the event quest, and then there you go. So that's pretty straightforward. Now, there is the free gems chamber, but that's not recommended because you get much faster gems with the other method I'll be talking about. In challenges, there's no way to actually obtain gems, so don't be tripping about that either. Now, the other way to obtain gems at a very high rate actually comes in two different ways. One of them being linked to how much EXP do you want, and how much do you want to be able to farm as well, gem-wise. Now, for new players, I would always recommend Naboo Infinite Mode, because Infinite Mode on Naboo is super easy to beat, and you probably could walk away with 500 gems even with just one mythic guaranteed. Now, Geonosis is more the middle grounds. If you feel like you want to do it, then sure. You don't have to do Geonosis Infinite at all, because we're going to jump straight to Kashyyyk Infinite Mode. Now, the only reason you jump to Kashyyyk Infinite Mode is so you could do the Infinite very quickly, and then you understand that you can knock it out, and also get your hands on Blue Milk. Now, the reason you want to do Blue Milk is because Blue Milk gives you 75%, I mean 75 character EXP per blue milk. And if you're going to do infinite mode and you're going to be farming for a long time, you might as well get some milk while you're at it. And you're going to be getting nearly the same amount of gems if you can defeat that mode just as well as you can defeat Naboo. It really just depends on if you're an early game player or an end game player. But now we're going to talk about character EXP. Now you're probably wondering, how'd you get a level 50 Darth Maul in 2 days? Now, it was easier than I thought it was going to be. Now, the thing is, this also has to do with only one trait in the game, and that one trait being experience. Experience actually has a very high rate of being obtained. Honestly, too high for how good this actually is. They actually might nerf this after this video. But EXP gain plus 30% is so freaking good for actually like getting your characters to a higher level because it works with the milk. If you have milk in your inventory, let's say you put 75 milk into what do you call it? Let's say Darth Maul already is at max, so that sucks. Okay, so let's say we got 75 milk into Jedi here. It's gonna go give us 100 and something because 75 plus 30% is gonna give us 100 and something and some change for that level. So you know, whenever you start leveling, blue milk is gonna be the way to go. Now, how do you obtain a lot of blue milk incredibly quickly? Now we're going to hop into the character EXP stage. You don't get character EXP for completing challenges. You don't get character EXP from completing levels in this game. You actually get character EXP from completing stages and getting blue milk. Now I'm going to show you how easy this is. Now with Kashyyyk, this is super easy because you're going to be doing this stage quite a bit. I spam this stage to get the 3 blue milk every single time. You're like, well, what about doing infinite mode? Yes, if you want to get gems at the same time. But if you strictly want to just get blue milk to level up your character incredibly fast, then this is the way you do it. Because now my starting damage with Darth Maul is so good, I could beat the hardest level without having to even level him up. There is a small bug, by the way, where he can't hit certain people in a certain range, so just don't worry about that. It's going to get patched this update. So as you can see, I just put down my 3 Darth Mauls. I have my, if you have 2 times speed, 3 times speed, this is going to be even better for you. And I put my 3 Darth Mauls right here. You could probably put any Jedi right there. He starts off with like 611 damage at 4.4. And that's just more than enough to actually defeat this entire stage. Boss and all. So with this being the case, all I have to do is just wait till this is done. Now, you're probably wondering what's the difference between blue milk and white milk. White milk and blue milk only have like that little bit of a 25% difference. For instance, white milk only gives you like, I think 50% HP. I mean 50% EXP. No, 50 EXP. And then 75%, no, 75 for blue milk. And then orange milk is just in the middle in a weird spot. So it's like, if you really, really want to focus on grinding one specific milk, you probably want to trigger that 30% experience boost, because you get it very frequently. I would get it on every single one of your characters first, before focusing on a damage buff. And then after that, using that extra 30% to get them to max very quickly, using the blue milk as soon as you possibly can. Alright, so that really just has to do with character EXP. Now, we're going to talk about challenges real quick before we even enter the challenges. Now, I'm going to be putting pictures on the screen so you guys can stick with me on this. Now, with challenges, there are 3 different challenges that exist right now. One of them gives you guaranteed crystals, which is okay at best. Like, guaranteed crystals, don't worry about it as much, because the guaranteed celestial crystal is honestly the worst one you could possibly do, hands down. The best one you could possibly do is random crystals, because random crystals gives you a chance at celestial crystals, like a very decent chance at celestial crystals. I have 6 celestial crystals doing the random crystals section, so that's, you know, that's very, very good. And then the last one is, if you really, really, really want stars, those guaranteed willpower is what stars mean. So if you want tons of willpower, or if you're like farming willpower a lot so you could actually focus on getting your character some really good traits, then do the willpower stages. They're super easy as well, and that's probably the second best one I would recommend you to do. Crystals for sure, because crafting is going to be so easy once you actually get all your crystals. And that was just challenges out of the way. Now, that pretty much shows us how to get like gems. That shows us how to get character EXP. Now, and that shows us how to get all the materials for the awakening. Now, whenever it comes down to these small tidbits, I'm only going to be talking about these for like a second. They don't even need their own tab. Player EXP, and you know, it's going to be like player EXP and money. I think that money is probably the most negligible one, because there's nothing that really, really takes a lot of money in this game, which is really, really rough. But that's just the way it is in this game right now. There's no real reason to use money. Like, maybe you can buy a holocron every so often, but it's so rare and not needed, that you might as well only just save up money by selling characters for whatever you need, so to speak. Now, let's go ahead and go back to lobby real quick. So whenever it comes down to money, right? You could just honestly like get rid of all the freaking summons that you ever get and instead just like drop them into feeding a character. Because the higher rarity the summon, like let's say I wanted to get rid of these legendaries, I feed them into my other legendary. You get more EXP for feeding legendaries and epics than you do for commons. So fusing is very important in this game. As you can see, boom, fuse, now he's level 2. That was only 2 commons. Now, like I said with the milk, I'm just going to do this as a last tidbit. As you can see, 1 milk, already level 4, already level 5. Now, technically, this 3rd milk should only take him to 90 right there, right? Nope, takes him above. So that's a very important tidbit to understand. So, Heavy Trooper, he's getting up there right now. That damage is going to be very high very soon. All right. Well, character with player EXP, honestly, you're going to be grinding so much. There's no crazy way to get character EXP. So I would not worry about that as much. I would just focus on farming and making sure that you have all the stuff that you need, especially challenge-wise. And don't forget your index. Claim from your index as often as you possibly can. Do your random crystal quests, so if you're feeling bored and you want to get some more crystals, because, you know, crafting in this game is very key. I'd rather you spend gems on trying to get characters than crafting. As you can see, I have Celestial, I got Blue, I got lots of pink. It's not that hard to craft a lot of these, I can't lie. Alright, take it easy, dudes. Peace out.